Today we're going to talk about Beyond Meat and Zoom getting basically hammered today. They're down over Beyond Meat's down. Last time I checked, around 24%. I think Zoom is down 8%, and I made a video warning people to stay away from these things. I said they're good companies, and I was telling everybody to wait for a cool off, then baby buy it if you want it. Because this is what happens in these things. They get pumped up, and they just get dumped, and that's what happens. And really, what really happened was a lot of people were betting against it. So basically, they were short sellers on it. They had a decent quarter, and this is what happens a lot. This is what happens all the time, and you just got to get out of it. Or if you got into it, and then long holding this has happened. But if you're getting into it, this is why. And it's a lot of greed, and a lot of people make a lot of mistakes. If you're buying a stock just to make money off of it, then first, that's just stupid. You're not going to make money. If that's really because what happens is if you're sitting there thinking about the stock going up and up and up and everything like that, essentially, and then you're pitching all these gains, you're going to get all these things, you're going to get, that's basically what's called greed, and that's called your emotions getting into it. Everybody's gone into it. That's another emotion. That's basically like the herd instinct. We all kind of herd together. That's kind of what happens, and then you get killed. So essentially, I didn't think it would be the next day of me actually saying that. um I didn't think it would happen maybe today or anything. And that's basically what happened. He basically got squeezed. Basically, when all the shorts, they bet against it. Basically, what happens is they get a bunch of stocks at this price, and they short it, and then they sell the shares thinking it goes down. Then they could buy it back and then give them back, and they make a profit. But if the stock goes up and it beats earnings and it goes up, they have to take they have to buy it real quick. So it just pushes it up. It just makes basically what I call artificial buyers. They're people just buying it, but they're buying it because they're losing money. They're buying it to save money. So essentially, and that's why it's basically the opposite of the stock crashing. You're buying it you're selling it to save money. So essentially what happens is a short squeeze, basically the exact opposite. You're buying it to save money when you're betting it the opposite way. So essentially that's what happens. And I was saying that yesterday, which I could leave a link or one of the things on here so you can watch that video where I go into depth of how much overvalued these stocks were. I mean, it was just completely crazy. And anybody that, I hope nobody bought them thinking they would get rich overnight with them, and just, I mean, it's stupid. It's idiotic. I've seen the same thing with Bitcoin. I've seen the same thing with Tilray, and it's always one of these stocks. It always happens. It's like once a year or every 6, 7 months. There's always something that could get you rich, and these hot IPOs, this hot stock, and they goes up a lot. Everybody gets in, and then everybody gets out, and they make a lot of money, and then they picture it all over the internet. Oh, I made $1 million off this thing, or I made $100,000, or something stupid like that, or God only knows, and then it crashes. Same thing with Tilray. Bitcoin was a special. That thing, I remember Bitcoin, it was like 2017. Everybody was going on and on about Bitcoin, how much money they made. It was about the end, and then it crashed and collapsed. And it's still kind of whatever. And really, people weren't really buying Bitcoin because they were investing. They were just gambling and trying to get rich. And that's what happens a lot in the stock market or any asset, really. If you have that mentality, eventually you might as well just get a lottery ticket at that point. You know what I mean? If you're just trying to get rich overnight, trying to gamble it away, you're hitting probably about 50% majority of the time. You know what I mean? And you see all these people on the internet and all this crap, if they always win, well, no one's that damn good. If he's that damn good, why is he not a multi-billionaire? You know what I mean? Why is he not Warren Buffett? You know what I mean? If you can time the market perfect and get out here, buy here and sell here, and buy here, sell here, he'd be a multi-millionaire. And you never really see that. You know what I mean? Or anything like that. And they really never, all the rich people tell you to buy and hold. So essentially, because that's how they got. That's the most effective way to do it, is buy and hold over long terms, not to buy it. And I don't think Warren Buffett's like, oh yeah, I got this stock, bought in and sold it and made all my money. It's not. Or any investor that's worth a damn. Never, Benjamin Graham never said that. Peter Lynch never, oh, I just bought the stock, went up a little bit, then sold it. You know what I mean? Nobody does that. You know what I mean? Nobody, oh, I got on this hot stock and made all my money. You know what I mean? They're basically like the fly by night, one hit wonders type people, and simple. It's like an '80s one hit wonder. You hear them, they were big. You know what I mean? Then you never hear them again. It's like, who's that? Well, they were big back in the day. They had one good song on the radio. But I don't always, but I don't discriminate against new IPOs. I actually bought a new IPO. I bought Uber, and it was a good thing. And actually, Uber's just kind of sitting there, so I'm kind of happy. And I can leave another link up here to explain that down in the description of why I bought Uber. It's not a large position, but I bought Uber just because I think it's a good company. I think it has a lot of things, and really Uber is really fair valued. Really, I mean, it hasn't really exploded up like everybody thought it would. It hasn't really sunk. It just kind of sat there around between $45 and $40 a share. So essentially, I think anywhere between that's a good buy-in. I don't really care about the 1 or 2% here or there. It doesn't really matter. I mean, I don't really count small percentages like that. I'm not gonna get into that, but basically, hopefully, that's why you have to control your emotions. And now, I'm not saying if you bought the stock and if you really believe in the companies, I mean, they have from potential, but I hope nobody got into it thinking they're going to become the next Warren Buffett over one stock and have a rich and you can retire in one day because of it. I mean, that's unrealistic too. So essentially, I mean, never buy a stock just because you think if your soul is, if you write down like the number one reason you're buying the stock and it is to make money, you're going to just get slaughtered. Because then you're betting in it. But now if you're saying that the business will make money and over time it will increase in value, that's how you make money. You don't make money. Oh, well, I'm going to make money because someone on the internet said so, and I'm a blind sheep and I just follow the herd and pray to God it's not leading off a cliff. So essentially, but anyway, that's my thoughts and opinions on them. I go leave a link. I go tag it up here or wherever down in the description of a video of me actually going more indefinite. I don't like making these videos too long, and everything. And make sure you subscribe. I do daily updates on the market. I don't really focus on the day-to-day news on it unless it's a company I recommend. That I always make a video of it and everything like that. I do recommendations and everything. I can leave some links down there too of that too. So thank you for watching, and that's really all I have today. Thank you.